live. We're live. Friday, June 7th. If you're watching this on the replay, just skip ahead a little bit. It takes me a couple minutes to get settled, to get all my screens the way that I like them. But thanks for joining on this Friday. I just finished a Twitter space, my NFT happy hour space, which I've been doing for about 2 years. And we had a dog theme. We had all these collections related to dogs. There's a dog theme tonight. We're going to talk about Dog Token, which is the rune that's just taking over memes for the time being, reaching almost $1 billion market cap. We will talk about that. We're going to talk about a whole bunch of other things that are on the agenda. But welcome. Most importantly, welcome. If you're in the chat, say hi. Got a special guest for you today. It's Scott from Darkside of the Podocast. But it's me. I'm your host. I'm Joe. Cosmos DeFi on Twitter and on Gmail if you want to reach out to me. Coming to you live again on this lovely Friday. We deep dive the world of crypto from the end user's perspective, of course. The most important piece of the whole Web3 picture, the whole Web3 puzzle. We talk about crypto, AI, all things related to Web3 and crypto. Whether you're seasoned veteran or beginner, this is the channel for you. We take a very educational approach mixed in with some speculation and some takes, hot takes as well. But nothing is financial advice. I don't have to say that, but a lot of content creators think you do, but you don't. You don't have to say that. I'm a teacher. I'm not a financial expert. I'm here to teach and learn at the same time. Got some peeps in the chat already. What up? What up? Got Eric from Astrovault. Some of you are watching on Scott's channel. Totally cool. We'll have him in a few minutes. Chad, what's up? Ambito, what's up? PSX, what's up? We're going to zip through our stuff. I mean, we got Solana. I got an article about Solana. They're calling this an institutional favorite. I think we've been covering this for 6 months. Solana is geared for institutions, enterprises right now. All the attention's on Solana because of their meme coin culture. They've done really well since they decoupled from FTX. Bitstamp, which is an exchange that I actually use, is one of the only 3 that are legal in New York. They were acquired by Robinhood. This is supposed to actually help with liquidity and trading. I wonder what's going to happen there. Roaring Kitty stream was today. I didn't watch it yet, but I saw a post on Twitter. It said 500,000 people waiting for this to start. It's pretty wild. Very wild, I would say. I can't wait to watch that probably tomorrow. What else do we got? I did a cool Twitter space this week with some app builders on Kujira, and we're going to talk to Scott later about like where are all the apps. There are no apps, really, just dexes. You could trade shit coins. That's about it. Ambito saying he's happy he did not fade Solana. I bought Solana I bought 2 tokens by mistake at $75. I'm like, oh my God, it's so expensive. Why would I buy 2 tokens? I meant to buy 0.2, and I just held them. And then I bought a bunch more when the most recent dip went down to 120. My limit buy was for 125. So I picked up some. Tiffany's here. What's up, Tiffany? Glad to have you. What else we got? Yeah, so I had a nice space with some Kujira app builders. I'll link that down below. It was Pragmatic Monkey from MantaDAO and Duzen from Fusion. Duzen from Fusion. They got tons of apps on Kujira that you don't see everywhere else. I know Kujira's token price is taking a beating, but you know, I'm an end user. I get excited about apps. What else? Oh, guys, some alpha about me personally in my channel. I'm in the process of setting up content with Caitlyn Jenner, Team Caitlyn Jenner, either YouTube or Spaces. Don't know yet, but I did get blown up on that token, of course, on Solana. And what else? I know we're missing this. Oh, Charles Hoskinson, our favorite Cardano maxi, doesn't want to do the Bankless podcast, but yet wants to complain that nobody covers Cardano fairly. I don't get that. But let's bring in the news. We'll go through it quick. Last week we talked about gambling versus investing. Which one are you doing? I'm kind of gambling. I don't consider myself an investor. And then we also talked about why inflation is necessary or is beneficial, and supply caps not really realistic, and all that. That was last week. This week we're going to start with Solana. All right. So last week I had trouble getting all my screens in line. Let's try to get them perfect this time. But all I wanted to let you know about Solana is that they are now adding another stablecoin. This is PayPal's stablecoin USD, PayPal USD. And of course, they're going to say, is there an ETF next? I'm pretty sure there will be a Solana ETF. I'd be shocked if there something else comes before Solana. With Grayscale, they had an ETF like product that had a mixture of DeFi tokens. It was like ETH, Avalanche, I think it was Chainlink, Cardano. I think Atom was even in that fund. I think we'll see something like that from BlackRock or one of the others. But all you need to know here, Solana is the fourth largest chain in terms of TVL. I think you guys know who number two is. It's Tron somehow. Solana will flip them at some point. And they're becoming a leading network in institutional adoption. We talked about in one of the early streams, this is stream number 17, I think, like stream number 2 or 3, we talked about the token extensions. To me, that's one of the biggest developments in all crypto. Doesn't get enough attention. Token extensions, they're called, if you want to look into it. And then late May, PayPal expanded its issuance of their stablecoin, and it's the first move beyond ETH. It's a big deal, right? If ETH is number one, PayPal's looking at Solana as number two. It's absolutely huge, absolutely huge. So actually the first stream we did, we talked about stablecoin inflows being a catalyst for price go up, right? The entire crypto market is dependent on stablecoins. Stablecoin inflows turned positive in like July, August, September, somewhere around there. What happened in October? The markets reversed. They dug themselves out of the deficit they were in during the bear market. What else we got? We got this analyst saying ETH is primed for a glorious year, $10,000 price target. That's bearish to me. I don't know about you. I think for ETH, if the crypto market cap is 3, 4, 5 trillion at some point, ETH better be above 10K. Otherwise, I'm not going to be too happy. ETH is number 2 in my portfolio. Wanted to quickly talk about the sloths, because I was always wondering when's a good time to sell a NFT. And I almost sold my sloths at about $3,500, $3,600, something like that. And it says here, I refrained from selling. Thank God I did, because the price shot up to almost 6,000, and now it's like somewhere between $5,000 and $5,500. We're going to talk more about NFTs next week, Bad Kids and sloths. We'll talk about them kind of next stream, maybe a little bit. We'll go into some numbers, but this was my tweet. I linked it down below. You could look at some basic data on sloths. Okay, this is what I wanted to talk about. And then we'll get to Scott in a minute. He's waiting in the green room. And this show does have 2 sponsors. One sponsor is Shade Protocol, right? Anti-front running DEX. I'm going to meet with Carter next week and do some content. Kind of want to know about the Shade, the token. How do the token holders benefit from holding Shade? How do they manage their protocol own liquidity? Where's the value for the token holders? All that. Secret Network, Shade, to me, are very interesting because they're very different from the rest of Cosmos. They're almost its own little area of Cosmos. Privacy is not that popular in Cosmos. Being anonymous is popular, but privacy not so much. So I'll have that conversation. And then other sponsors, Kinetics. Kinetics is implementing an AI companion into their Perps desk on the Kava chain, which has a massive amount of stable coins. That's what keeps like one eye looking over at Kava. Like, are you part of Cosmos? I don't know, but you have all this USDT over there. That's interesting. So those are the 2 sponsors. So Shade, Kinetics, thank you very much. Let's talk about dogs. I'm going to make it very serious. I'm going to cut the music also. Dog to the moon. Leonidas is here. Is that the real Leonidas? I don't know. Leonidas, if that's really you, or like someone posing as you trying to win free powerbomb meme tokens from the stream. That's cool. But I would love to get you on a space because I've been covering ordinals for like over a year, BRC20s, and now runes. I took a step back from runes. It was too much action going around the time of the launch. There's a lot of infighting, and I was like, I'll wait till the dust settles. I've got my rune stone, which is was distributed to 21,000 ordinals early adopters. Leonidas, yeah, it looks like the real Leonidas to me. Look at this. This is just for posterity right here. The only person more famous than Scott to come to my stream is Leonidas, and Leonidas built a massive following on Twitter by hitting spaces every day and just preaching Bitcoin, ordinals, now runes, right? So I've caught a bunch of his spaces. They're super organized. They run almost like a roundtable discussion. If you haven't listened to a Bitcoin space in a while and you're stuck listening to Cosmos and other ones that are kind of a lot of hopium in there, a lot of copium in there, listen to a Bitcoin ordinal space once a week. It's good for your ears, good for your brain. But this is one of my friends who's been on the show before I picked Bitcoin, and he tweeted this out because I didn't check the price really of the dog token. I didn't check the price. I just hold my stuff, and I don't really have an exit strategy, especially for airdrops. You know, I'm just like, oh, I'll hold it. I'll see what happens. Well, market cap almost went to $1 billion, right? And here's the article. I'll link it down below. This is the Runes protocol. It's supposed to be an improvement over BRC20s. I think of BRC20s, BRC420s, whatever, all these different Bitcoin assets. I just think of them as different token standards, and there will be utility for them eventually. Right now, speculative mostly, but yeah, Bitcoin based meme coin rockets towards $1 billion. I'm cool with that because my airdrop allocation was worth almost 8 G's this week. And I was like, let me sell some. And I'm looking at the Bitcoin chart and I'm like, I don't know. I think I'll hold them. Now I have two ways to bet on Bitcoin. I got these dog tokens, and I've got Bitcoin. I've got Stacks. I've got Rune, the Thorchain token. I've got all these bets on Bitcoin. And let me just hold this. What the hell? What's the worst that can happen? Well, it went down like 15% from the highs. So I lost a little bit in unrealized losses, impermanent unrealized losses in dog tokens. But yeah, the runes are supposed to be a slight technical improvement, easier to index, which is has to do with pulling data from different parts of the blockchain. They're less clunky for the blockchain. I guess this is a good thing, but I'm an end user. I'm not going to know until I use them for something other than speculation if there's a huge difference or not. So, yeah, runes, different token standard than BRC20s, supposed to be an improvement. And this is Leonidas' account. He says, when Dog hits the billion market cap, I'm hosting a space unlike any space you've ever experienced before. It went to like 960 million. So it's only off by get my drink here. It's only off by 40 million, which doesn't sound like a lot, but it's basically the market cap of your average Cosmos token right now. 40 million is a lot, right? It's like the market cap of like Archway, Jackal, or Stargaze. So they were off by quite a bit, but I think it'll get there. I think Bitcoin is just starting to cook. The companies are going to start holding these on their balance sheet. I don't think they're going to hold runes necessarily, but Bitcoin itself, I think we'll see it. I think there's no reason to not have this happen. So Ambito's asking a question. I probably don't know the answer to this. Do inscription type assets fall under the same regulations as BTC? I don't know what you mean by regulations. I mean, they're taxable, I would imagine, like NFTs. If I bought and sold a bunch of inscriptions, I guess I would claim it. It's on a public ledger. You know, the US government in 15 years, they're going to have some weird AI that's going to go back and find all the transactions that you couldn't find and say, oh, you made this $18 swap on Osmosis back in 2022. Oh, remember this chain that halted? We found a way to pull all those transactions. Here's your tax bill plus a $10,000 fine. There you go. So I'm guessing it's the same. I don't know. But we'll bring someone in who maybe does know. We got Scott here, only 4 minutes late. I told Scott 6:20. It's only 6:24. But yeah, we'll talk to Scott for a bit. He's asking if they could be classified as securities. The SEC is going to classify everything as security, in my opinion. Anything that makes them money, I think they're going to classify as a security. But but the thing is, if you don't sell something, if you just airdrop it, I don't think they can classify it as a security because it has to be something that's sold. So you could get around some of these where, like, if 100% of the supply is airdropped, I don't think it's a security. We'll bring in Scott. All right, all right. Let's set up my screen the way that I like it. How you doing, Scott?
Wonderful, sir. How about yourself?
Doing good, man. I like watching your stream more than I like making content myself usually. So happy to have you on as usual. This is like long time coming, I guess, right?
Yeah. Well, it's your show, brother. I'm here writing. So
All right. So I do have some like serious and then not so serious questions for you. But last week on my stream, I pulled up one of your tweets, and it was about basically how Web3 has become desensitized to losing all your money in an investment, right? It said like going to zero is not normal. Imagine if this happened to your 401k. Like, how did we? I agree, by the way. You shouldn't expect to lose most of your money on like protocols that have a company behind them developing software. Like, how do you think we got here? Is it okay for now since we're early or
nah, man, it's just an era of zero accountability, man. And I'm of a kind of call it a contrarian opinion, I guess, to most other people. Uh, you know, there's so many science fairs, so many memes, so many everything going on here. There are so many scams and hucks and everything going out here in crypto that we expect it, and we've created a space with effectively zero accountability, where if you do go to zero, you put in 1,000, 2,000, 5,000, 10,000, and you get absolutely zeroed out. Everybody's just like, oh yeah, well, hey, it's crypto, and we just kind of dismiss it like that. If $10,000 flew out of your 401k through no fault of your own, you didn't do anything wrong. Nothing actually happened. The market didn't crash. It was just malfeasance on the end of the people who are managing your 401k. Somebody be going to jail. But
yeah,
because it's crypto, we're fine with it. We're just like, oh yeah, well, this is how you learn and stuff like this. So we've created this space that has effectively zero accountability, and with everything being open source, it's very, very easy to clone. So
yeah,
the
yeah,
lessons
yeah.
that people seem to be learning out here is how to rip people off. And we're just doubling down on it. We're doubling down on zero accountability. And then everybody thinks it's just the nature of the space. And I strongly disagree with that. So anyway,
Right.
that's
No,
what I
I
meant.
know you. I think lack of accountability, but it also starts on shaky ground because I think you have just bad planning, unrealistic expectations, bad leaders who can't execute, and then they're just like issuing money that they invented. And then you have retail who's like been kind of dumb the last couple of cycles. I think they're getting smarter because it's way harder to to sustain these token pumps I've noticing. So I'm thinking that's maybe either retail's broke or they're getting a little bit smarter. Um, and the result is like lack of products, I guess. There's like
Well,
not much to use.
well, why would anybody build anything? Why would they build a
You-
product? Why
They
would
don't
they
have to.
actually build something when they can just clone a DEX or clone anything else out here that has tanked a whole bunch of people? I mean, Jesus, Sif Chain's still around. They're making a comeback. So
Yeah,
what I'm saying is, why would they bother innovating when innovation is not the way forward? I mean, these devs and everybody want the quick riches the same as everybody else. They don't want to work for it. When you actually have an explicit an explicit value, meaning that you need to be fully accountable for every single cent that's coming out of your company and every cent that's coming in. When you do that, it's suddenly
yeah,
work. Suddenly, you need actual business development people that understand business development. You need actual accountants. You need all these people. We don't want to do that. We want to be three guys in a basement that whip up something, hype it up, get people to buy in, rug the shit out of them, and move on, and have people go, "Well, hey, it's crypto. That's just the nature of it."
Yeah, I think a lot of these founders, whether it's intentional or not, if they're doxxed, they run the risk of getting hunted down by some government somewhere agency that's just looking to slap fines and kind of monetize all the carelessness, the grifting, and just it's just there's so many promises made. Here's our roadmap. Here's what we're building. It's like a 90% fail rate probably, and a lot of what blockchain is supposed to do and what the internet in general is supposed to do and technology is they're supposed to cut so many expenses out of a business that they should have a shorter road to profitability, especially if they're on the cutting edge. I don't think we're really on the cutting edge anymore. I think people are just making different stuff that's no longer pushing the technology forward. Like Ethereum creating smart contracts was innovative. Now there's like 10,000 smart contract platforms. What's the difference between them? Well, some of them have apps and then most of them don't have anything on it. They have tokens, but they don't have apps. And like the token is the product, and circumventing like the normal way of doing business where like you go through a process, you're pitching to investors, you're going legitimately in the trajectory of issuing common stock one day. Web3 allows founders who are not capable of doing that and don't have a real product anyway to still find investment dollars, because you have the dumbest segment of investors that's ever walked the face of the earth, and that's like crypto retail.
Oh
I don't know
God,
what you think about that.
I've been saying that for years, man. Uh,
Okay, all right, because like
the
crypto
reason,
retail to me are like, oh, I just got out of college and I make a lot of money at my job and I have 100% of my net worth in this one token. I'm like, you have no exposure to stock market. You don't own a little condo somewhere. Nope. Good luck to you, buddy.
yeah, they're gonna get, and most of them are gonna get smoked, but they want to. So we always throw this back. Uh,
They like it.
You know what? You're a college graduate and you can't do due diligence on Safe Moon and figure out, wow, there might be something sketchy here. What was your degree in? I'm curious. Was any part of this math or economics or anything like that? So yeah, I think people just line it up. They're just dying to get smoked out here, man. They want the story. They say, oh, I put in $85 and I got a Lambo.
Mm,
That's what they want. That's what they're expecting. And
yeah.
and that is the funny thing. I wanna go back to what you said on cutting edge. We were, but we're not anymore. All right, we're
Yeah,
not
I
even
don't think so.
close to cutting edge. There's very few things out here that are actually there's a difference, and I try to bring it up on my channel an awful lot, but I don't seem to be able to message it correctly. There is crypto, and then there is blockchain, and they are not synonymous. All right, your smart contract, that's a crypto. All right, that's a crypto, but actually utilizing blockchain technology to produce a product out the other side. Now, you need crypto because that's what makes your validator set work, or depending on where you built, but you need the crypto for that end of it. But that's not the product. The crypto is not the product. The actual blockchain technology and what you built on it, that's the product. But we don't do that anymore. We don't even care about that anymore. We celebrate memes, we celebrate Solana, we celebrate all these things, and that's it. It just gins up the hype so that it makes people stupid. It makes them very very greedy, and I'm fine. Look, man, we're in a space. We're investors. We're all greedy, but there is proper greed. And meaning that I see a product that is gonna looking at it from 30,000 feet. This thing's got money. I can see where the income's going to come from. And then there is just simply out here going savage on investors. We have managed to
Yeah.
turn the investor into the product. That's what we are. And you better recommend, man. Or I'm sorry, you better wake up to that, because that is exactly what is happening out here. The investor is the product. Period. I'm
It's
right.
it's sad. I thought we were going to see way better stuff. And like when I first got into crypto 2016, 2017, a lot of those projects were promising and possibly even trying to build products, whether it be like, oh, here's a decentralized VPN. One of the first tokens I ever bought was decentralized storage, right? It was Siacoin. All these different things. Oh, here's a marketplace. We want to build this like Web3 version of a marketplace. Great. Now it's like, here's a DEX. Have fun with your shit coins. Right?
and that's
Here,
and that's
trade.
kind of it, man.
You could trade whatever, this token and this token. Well, what do those tokens do? Who cares? They're tokens. And then you get to like that people are so fascinated. Like, if only we had a CoinGecko listing, our token would go to the moon. Like, or if we just need a centralized exchange listing and then we made it. No, 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 no. Survive a complete market cycle without your founders disappearing with a whole bunch of money, and then maybe you have a chance to make it. I thought we would see way more blood at the bottom of the bear market. I thought we were going to see like, I was actually not, I didn't think we would see this, but I was hoping to see a community of token holders like file a class action lawsuit against a validator set, because like that's the level of basically theft out in the open that we saw on some chains. You mentioned Sif chain. Juno's another good example. It was
Oh,
just
Juno.
it was just it was like highway robbery. It was like stagecoach robbery, like for 1800s. But man, it's so hard to look to find good projects, but now I find it a lot easier to identify the bullshit. I'm like, that's never going to work. These numbers don't add up to 100. That's bullshit. Like I could go through it, and even if the token goes up and I miss out because I identified it as a piece of garbage or like redundant or just a scam, I know that that's such a low probability outcome in the market right now, because everyone's money, and rightfully so, is being put into other stuff compared to, like, there's no metaverse. It's like Deepin doing well, AI is doing well, memes are doing well, but I think memes are only doing well because DeFi stinks. And then like Bitcoin developments are doing well because they have way more serious builders over there from what I could see. But I know you like Deepin. You call it Web 2.5. I think it is Web 2.5. It's totally appropriate. And I noticed you got your Jackal hat. So um, is Jackal going to save my Cosmos portfolio is what I wanted to ask you. That's why I brought you on here.
Oh, just for that? Yeah. Oh, because I would know. Yes. There you go.
Yeah. Love
All
it.
right.
All right, guys. We're
Carry
gonna
on.
no, I do think that like that's one of the few tokens that I'm comfortable accumulating right now. A lot of the other ones I'm accumulating just because I think it's gonna outperform Bitcoin or something, and I'm gonna swap it into Bitcoin at some point. Like that by this time next year, I should have maybe 5 or 4 or 3 positions. Whereas like right now I'm juggling way more than that. So I like Jackal. Jackal at one point was like number 3 in my portfolio when it was all the way up to like $1. Now it's like number 4, number 5. But I've been buying. I bought it at what, 39, 31. I can't. I don't know what my next buy is at, but it just.
I gotta ask, were you not watching my show? Because I was sitting there making these 10s and 20s and 30s of $1,000 buys at 2 cents. I was
Oh no, I
really,
bought.
really on record saying this thing is gonna go, man, and here's why. I laid out a strong case for it.
I
It
bought
is
at 3. My initial buy-in was in August. I used Calc Finance, and I just did a DCA for the whole month of August, and it happened to sweep the bottom.
oh,
But
you're
the
happy
reason.
then, man.
Oh, I'm very happy. I have almost no skin in the game, and it's like top
Right.
5 in my portfolio. But the reason why I didn't waste any time with Jackal is because I did look into Akash, and I talked to the founder. Very nice guy. He did a meeting with me because I used to have to do a meeting before I did my YouTube interviews, just so I would have like my ducks in a row and know what I
Yeah,
was
yeah,
talking about.
pre-show. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and I hate wasting people's time like that, but for someone like me that's not reading white papers or technically savvy like that, I have to do it. So I talked to him for like a half hour, and at the end of the interview, because I was so jaded in crypto, I was like, "Man, this is the most boring project I've ever heard about." Like
Yeah, I like
like
boring.
th- it's
I'm okay with
so
it.
it was so cut and dry boring that I kind of put it on the back burner. And then of course the token started to move. This was like, I don't know, it was like maybe like a year and change, year and 4 months ago, when it was like way under $1.
Yeah, yeah.
And what's funny is I heard about Akash years before, and I could never buy it because it was never on a centralized exchange. That was one of the first tokens I was interested in when I came to Cosmos. Fast forward, I do a space with Jackal. I'm like, all right, I'm not making the same mistake twice. I'm just going to buy this shit, DCA, and that's it. Because Jackal's pretty boring too, but it's because there's no show. Like, it's just, this is what we're doing. This is what's going to happen if we're right about this industry, and the token actually fits into the protocol.
Now,
Buy the
see, but
token or
uh,
don't.
but I am right about the industry. I've worked in this
Well,
industry
that's your
25
specialty.
goddamn years. This is
Yeah.
exactly what I do. I'm going to lay a number on you here, and this matters. All right, it matters.
Okay.
345 billion dollars annually, and growing by almost 16% a year. That is the cloud industry. That is decentralized servers. That is decentralized storage. $345 billion they did last year. There's two, three, four major companies that are standing these things up. I talked about them a while ago. Nobody cared. Vertiv is one because I used to work for Vertiv. Their stock is up 500% this year. 500, 500. You can look it up. Don't take my word for it, man. I know you got Google right there. Eaton was sailing up about 80, 85%. Eaton is a monster. You never heard of them. You never heard of Eaton, never heard of Vertiv, never heard of anything. These things are monsters. And they are booked out 25 years from now, still building up data centers. So where I say 16% a year, that's very, very conservative. So you want to be in products that are supporting or getting a little piece of these things, because this is the future. How many cell phones are out there? How old are your? I'm not going to ask. I was going to ask if your children have cell phones. I don't know if they do, but very soon they will.
The 14-year-old has one. The younger, I have my other one just turned 5 yesterday. She got an iPad for school, and we never took it out of the box. Like, she's not going to play with this while we have to sit
Yeah.
down
But
and watch,
let's pretend that she is, and she's saving pictures and taking pictures and
Right.
videos and images.
Everything is saved. Everything is high resolution. It's tons of data.
And where does it got to go?
It goes into under the ocean somewhere in a data center.
Yeah. So the fact that you could see this and know that this exists, $345 billion last year, 16% annual increase year after year after year. And this does not seem like a smart investment to you. I got to ask, man, if that isn't, what do you see as smart? Tell me what I'm missing, because it isn't Starbucks. I'm not playing around at Starbucks. I'm not horsing around out there in GME.
It's not commercial real estate either. I promise you that. Because I think
things,
all these. I used to work in shopping malls like 25 years ago, 25 years ago, and even then, they were struggling to keep their stores open before e-commerce was a thing. I think every single shopping mall is eventually going to end up being like some Amazon warehouse or like a data center. Or housing projects or something. There's no reason for all this space. Like, the whole economy is gonna have to shift to store all these cat pictures and bullshit spreadsheets and videos. Dude, everyone can make videos. So I'm with you on that. I just don't know the ins and outs of the industry, but
you got my number, dude. I mean, I'm just saying, I'm just a text away. I'm here to help. I already made my money. I'm fine. All right, I'm fine. I do what I do out here is actually altruistic, because I'm good to go. All right. I mean, I lost $118,000 today, and I'm still on your stream. That's what I'm saying. Everything's cool in my world. I just want to try to help other people if I possibly can.
All right, we got a Ambito asking a very serious question about AXV here. I don't know if I know the answer to this one either. I'm curious Scott's feelings regarding Plank. Did you do any deep dive into Plank? I know that they have a partnership with our beloved Astrovault.
Yeah, we spent some time with them. I actually interviewed one of them on our show.
I listened to that.
That didn't go well, man. That didn't go well, and they've never reached out to actually offer me any clarification. So I'm just gonna say I own exactly this much, and I'll just kind of leave it there.
Yeah, I'm not. It's gonna take a lot for me to add a new position to my portfolio, unless I have like some kind of edge and I could somehow quick flip it. But that's so risky for me right now. I don't want to have to be on the computer 24/7 monitoring price action. That's why I don't deal with the memes at all. I don't like them at all. I would rather just have 3 or 4 legitimate, winners, and just check the prices like once a month, like I do with my 401k, right? Because I don't have like a 401k filled with like pot stocks. Like, I have boring shit in my 401k. The most exciting thing in my 401k is Coinbase, probably, and that's about it.
You don't put
my Roth
honest to God,
IRA.
man, you don't put any builder stock in there. You don't have any Eaton, you don't have any Square D, you don't have any Vertiv, you don't have any of the companies that are building these data centers. That's
No,
not interesting.
I have like these different tech funds because most of what I have is either ETFs or mutual funds. I have a
Sure.
couple boring stocks. Right? I got Altria. I have what else is boring? MMM, right? 3M, another
Yeah,
boring one.
3M's not bad.
CVS, Gilead, right? That's about it. I
There are
nothing
literally
exciting.
some indexes that make up Vertiv, Eaton, Square D, just all the people that are building your future right now. There are literally some indexes up there. You can get in those things right now. You're spreading the risk. It's, you know what? Doesn't matter. Go ahead, man. Carry on.
We got we
You're
had
getting
some.
you're getting trolled out here, by the way, dude. I
I
don't
know
know if
I'm
you see
looking.
the
I'm
comments.
getting. I got some.
It's a jerk
We're
off.
getting some boomer hate here. I advice and wisdom from adult diapers. But guess what? I'm actually up in this cycle because I'm not dabbling in the garbage that most people are putting on my timeline. Like, oh, it's only a matter of time before we get to all-time highs in this legacy token that's going nowhere. Or like if you look at the charts of all the best tokens in 2017, those were not the same tokens in 2021 that did well. And all the tokens in 2021 that did well, they're not going to be the same ones do well. It's just the attention spans are not there for people to care about older tokens, shiny new
No, man,
objects.
that shit's gone, dude. Those
It's
days have
gone.
passed. That's what you can't seem to explain market sentiment to people who already know everything. That's the best part. And you know what? Yeah, I don't think I'm a boomer. I think I'm Gen X. Uh,
I'm
Bell
Gen X, but we're crypto boomers.
Bell explained it to me. And I think the difference is that I bought my house for like 6 raspberries and I own it outright. You're going to be renting your whole life in speculative property that I fuck around with. So, you know what, enjoy it, dude. Uh, no,
Here's I just want to respond to this comment because
okay.
my comment is not to the people who stuck around the bear market, accumulated some tokens while they were cheap. The people who held all their tokens from the last one and they think the same tokens are going to ellipse those all-time highs. No. Good luck. If you have Luna, you're already done. If you have if you have Ada, your founder won't even go on Bankless because he has nothing to talk about. If you have Matic, do you think Matic is going to be the like the 200x that it was last time? It might be the best layer 2, but who cares? Now it's competing with 10 other layer 2s, including Coinbase's layer 2. So if you're holding the same tokens from last cycle, I think you should have just bought SPY and just held that and never turned your computer on for the last 3 years. So
Nah, man, that's the part that I can't seem to message is that look, the entire paradigm has changed. Everything has changed.
yeah.
And I can illustrate it nice and easily, man. I'll use osmosis, something that all the Cosmos people are familiar with. If you go and scroll out, the last time that Bitcoin was down at about 15, 16, 17,000, Osmo was
November 2023,
yeah,
November 2022. Yep. I
Os,
bought the bottom
Osmo was higher. It was higher at that time. Now we're not talking about the 23 cents, man.
because they
That
got
was
a
just
centralized exchange listing the same month Bitcoin and ETH were at the lows,
yep.
and it was all downhill after that.
Yes, and it
Yep.
it popped up. It hit a high of $1.80, and this is when Bitcoin was still standing there right around 50, 55-ish. It's at 70. Well, all right, it took a little shit today, but let's just call it 70. I think everybody can
It's
accept
at
that round
70.
number.
Yeah.
And it fell 2%, and Osmo's now sitting at 75 cents. It's
Mhm.
lower now because Bitcoin it fell off 10% today because Bitcoin took a shit at 2%. The entire market paradigm has changed. And you are going to have to reconcile yourself to that because if you're still
Mhm.
holding on to the old, the golden oldies, if you're still holding on to that, thinking, oh, any all-time highs coming back anytime, you're wrong. I will stand in
Wait,
front of the
but
entire crypto world, give them the finger, and say, you are absolutely wrong. I'm right. And you know what? Enjoy your journey, I guess. I don't know what else to say to that. If it was
but
my show, dude,
Scott,
I'd be
no,
cussing, man.
you don't know what you're talking about because
No, of course not. What do I know?
I'm staking my Osmo and my Atom, so I'm accumulating tokens at this nice low price. So how many lifetimes need to go by before I break even at this 11% staking? I don't know, but I'm staking. I'm smarter than the people who are fade it. They're fading it. But look at
Nope,
this.
they're
I
wrong. They're
bought
wrong. They're wrong.
I bought Sol for $6, and if you round trip your bags, you're still down because even Solana hasn't hit its all time high. I think it will. Solana is just, I mean, it's in a league of its own right now, just because it's almost like a corporate, like top down chain to me, and they're gonna have stable coins. They're gonna have real world assets. They're able to capture every possible narrative. They've got DPIN. They've got meme tokens. Solana, I think, is good. If you bought Solana at 6, why are you watching my stream? You're probably really bored on a Friday night. You're way good. You're way good.
I remember I remember the low on Solana right after the FTX collapse. You remember that shit?
It's like
I
10
remember
bucks. Yeah.
it was like nothing, man. And I scalped the shit out of that thing up, down, up, down, up, down, because I don't have a lot of interest in Solana. I will say that I'm changing my mind a little bit. I'm a pragmatist, man. Look, and I want to go where market sentiment is going. And they're getting a lot of action over there. The fact that the network crashed because there were too many transactions, I see that as a positive, dude. I don't see that as a negative.
I love. I have such a diverse timeline because I follow accounts in all these different chains. Whenever Solana goes down, Cardano people are like, our blockchain has never gone down. And I'm like, that's because no one fucking
because nobody's
uses
fucking using it, man. Are you
I'm
kidding
like,
me?
but even worse than the blockchain going down, I remember using Cardano when a swap took 5 days to go through. That's a lot worse than a blockchain going down. And by the way, nobody cares if your blockchain goes down.
Nope.
Like if it goes like, oh, well, we're better than traditional finance. Traditional finance, they're closed like 17 hours a day. So people are happy to use that. Even if you're only closed 16 hours a day as a
just
blockchain.
during working hours, they're cool with it, man. Adam just went down 2 days ago, man. I tweeted, nobody answered. I was like, did anybody?
The first time?
I don't know, but I gotta ask, man. Did anybody even notice? Did the 2 or 3 transactions that occurred during that time, was it a big deal? Nobody's using this shit. Nobody cares, man. It went down. Oh my god, it's bedlam.
That's the thing.
Nobody even noticed.
The founders
you don't see this as a problem.
No, the founder's job, if they're issuing a token, is to make people care about that token. If the token is down, I don't care what they're building. The crypto market cap is almost $3 trillion. If your token is down since this time last year or beginning, whatever metric you want to use, your founder sucks. And if your founder doesn't suck, then ask them why their token sucks. If they're issuing the token and they always pass it off as an investment, even though I don't think it is,
yeah.
Then either someone's stealing, someone's lying, or someone's incompetent. Look at your portfolio and decide what's what. I'm up at least slightly in every position except Atom, right? Not counting airdrops and all that. I have a little bit of Atom in 4 wallets, and I'm just gambling with airdrops, right? So
that's a strong recommendation, right?
And listen,
there, dude.
I bought the top, and I'll brag right now. I bought the top of Bitcoin in 2017. I bought it at like 17K. I bought the top of Bitcoin in 2022. I bought it like whatever it was, 63, whatever. I bought it, and I'm still up because I DCA'd Bitcoin for like 2 years. I don't understand people that are round tripping dog shit tokens, and then I publicize my trades, right? So I sold my Osmo when it was like 50 cents. And everyone's like, Joe, you're selling the bottom. You're so stupid. I said, I'm not selling the bottom. I'm moving it into something else that's also on a dip. Let's see what happens. And then everyone disappears from the timeline when Osmo goes up 5% and then what I bought went up 15%. If you sell the bottom and move it into something better, or you sell a dip, move it into something better, you're not really selling the bottom. You're repositioning. With every big candle, the whole market could be different. So I don't know. I think people get married to their bags. I used to in the beginning. I like this token. Why? I don't know. I just like it. Well, guess what? I lost money on those tokens. I liked IOTA. I got murdered on IOTA, but I sold it eventually and I moved it into something else. So anyway,
I gotta take my Molly, man. Go ahead. I want this shit to kick in about 20 minutes. I'm not on.
What are you going out and go?
I'm burning your stream to the ground, dude, not mine.
No, Scott's going cow tipping right after this. He's got to get ready. I had a serious question, but I don't know if I could find it. Oh, um, so we talked about Jackal a little bit. Other apps. You're an app guy. You want apps on your phone, obviously.
Yep.
Um, I know you had Kudos, which was interesting on your channel. What's the difference there? They seem kind of similar. I mean, they're deep in, but maybe you could highlight differences without recommending one over the other. I'm not asking for that. Just to maybe cut people some corners if they want to do some research.
Are we talking Kudos over a cash or
Oh,
Kudos over
sorry,
Jackal?
all three, all three.
Okay.
I know a cache, and so Kudos is more similar to a cache, right? Because
Yep.
you guys were talking about render and something else.
Yep.
Yeah, so compare it to a cache.
Kudos and a cash, they kind of do the same thing, uh, meaning that, but they're doing it with different perspectives. Now, Kudos right now is working very, very hard. We have Pete on our show; he's the Kudos guy.
Right, that was a good one.
Yeah, they're very focused on enterprise. Now, the place where this goes off the rails is that we're not exactly sure how enterprise transactions, meaning those are cash money. These guys are not using the dashboard. They don't give a shit about
No,
crypto. They care about price. Can you give us what we're asking for cheaper? Sure, let's go into business. So that's kind of on the rail right there. Kudos overall, their tokenomics are not good. And I'm not sure how the enterprise business that they're doing drives value, particularly to support their team. Now, we asked Pete flat out, how much are you spending? What is, how much are you, what is your explicit
I
cost?
remember.
And he gave them to us. And I was like,
Yeah.
wow, you're screwed. You are screwed 9 ways. And he said, no, 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 we got it. We got it because of X, Y, and Z. So I'm
Okay.
still holding on to the token. I think it's going to be cool. They need help with it. I really hope that they reach out to Dopenomics and get their tokenomics set up. A cash is it's the beautiful shining golden egg right now. I do have a problem with it in the fact that their revenue, the revenue that they're generating, does not equate to almost $1 billion market cap. They're not even close. I mean, it is wildly out of spec. So I'm kind of curious what they're doing behind the scenes, but it's not like Greg's going to come on this show, man. As soon as they come on the podcast, because as soon as they do, I'm going to say, how much are you earning and how much are you spending? Those numbers are going to be wildly out of whack, and I'm going to go, okay, what the fuck? So right now, it's just kind of a speculative guess for me. I do have a large cash position, but dude, I was buying that at
You
18
grew
cents.
it.
Well,
Yeah.
I was buying the shit at 18 cents. All right. It doesn't matter. I'm buying Jackal at 2. I bought Fetch at 6. 6 cents. All right. So my cash position is just fine. And it allows me to do what I do now, which is kind of wildly speculate in some of these crazier ones. But 6 months, 12 months, 18 months from now, these are the plays. But it's gonna fade. It's gonna burn out because now that we have the rails in place, the now we need apps on them, and I'm not seeing an awful lot of those. That's kind of the problem. So, as much as I like DPIN, I'm a huge fan. DPIN is getting cloned. It's showing up at a lot more places, but I'm still not seeing builders build on it, and that's gonna be your money shot. All the way there is what is being built on the DPIN. Now, I know of a couple things personally. I'm not going to share it here because I want to be. I do good by being first guy in, so I know of a couple things that are going on. I'm very excited about them, but that's what's going to actually drive this out. That is what is going to come out of the crypto bubble. We already had the crypto bubble. We're not going to have another one. This all alt season that everybody's wishing for. Bitcoin's at 70 fucking thousand, and these altcoins are absolutely in the shitter. What does it need to do? Do we need $350,000 Bitcoin before you're going to be up 18% on one of your alt tokens? Because if that's what it
Yeah.
takes, you
No.
should buy Bitcoin. I'm just saying. So it's going to be
It's
the products built on the deep. I'm taking over your show, brother. I don't mean to.
no,
Carry
no.
on.
You're the expert. I just
I'm
I
expert.
don't
I just
have deep
lucky.
I don't have the research hours that you have, and also, like we said before, you come from that industry. You understand the 25 years down the road what the needs are going to be. So
Ugh.
I definitely appreciate it. And you're right. If you don't know what you're doing, and if you're losing 10 out of 11 trades in the current cycle when the all-time highs are being hit by Bitcoin and the overall market cap, maybe just buy Bitcoin and don't check the price every day. I don't know. And I'm that's not investment advice, but that's just like for your own sanity. Just what are you doing if you can't? You got to be up on
Well,
like I don't understand. Like I'm not a good trader. I could find entries very well. I'm not a good trader. For me to exit, I almost have to like DCA out of the position to exit properly from something. I'm not exiting anything because I think that we're not even getting started, and I'm pretty happy with my positions. But I did take profits on a couple of like shit coins that I happened to hit. Like I had this AI token. I bought it at like a 2 million market cap, 1.5 million. It went to like 30 million market cap, and I had a limit order set, and it hit my limit order, and it sold off since. So I feel like a genius. I'm still in the
I'm the
I'm still in the Telegram, and I just because I
Look at you.
I
I'm the smartest person in the room. When are we actually going to bring back like Crypto Inferno or whatever it was, dude?
oh
All
man,
right. If I'm going to
I
get
don't like
trolled,
spaces any. I hate spaces.
no, no, no. Fuck spaces, dude. We'll do them right here on YouTube. All right. When are
Okay,
we going to bring this back? Because
Crypto Inferno.
it's Jackoff's like the kid trolling you right now, dude. If I want to do it, I want to blow him up. All right. I just want to make just boom. I mean, there's no point in really holding back. And honestly, I think it's the right time for it, man. People are getting disillusioned in this space, and they should have been. They
They
should
should.
be getting disillusioned. All right,
Instead,
because
they're
they're
defending their echo chamber when I put out a tweet like hey dummy, are you still doing this, this, and this when it's been losing every day? People get so mad. They
It's
have like
fucking Stockholm syndrome, dude. How does this happen? How does this happen with your money? I gotta ask, dude, what happened to you? What choices did you make growing up through life that you came down here and just absolutely doubled and tripled down on stupid? And then you're gonna defend it. It is okay to say, oops, I missed. Gonna clear this position. I'm gonna move on to something else. It's okay to do that. All right. There's no shame. Taking profits taking profits is you owe that to yourself. That's not, it's not saying I'm capitulating. It's saying that I owe it to myself because I promise you, it's better to have cash that you don't need than to need what you don't have. I assure you that's correct. I'm sorry, dude. That's just a personal rant
no,
of
it's
mine.
okay. I just get angry looking at my timeline of all these people defending the founders and the projects that are costing them money. It's like if you invested in a restaurant and every time you walk past the restaurant was empty, or customers were arguing with employees, you would walk in like, hey, what are you guys doing in here, man? I gave you my money. I thought you were going to take care of this restaurant. It's kind of the same thing, especially the way they pitch this to retail, where it's like, we have this coming. Here's our medium announcement here, and then as soon as the unlocks for the token happen, the communication is very few and far between.
Everybody
And
just vanishes, dude. They throw down the bottle and the ninja vanish and they're just fucking gone. Should we talk about Zeph? Is that what we should do and get into
I'm
this
so
shit?
glad I have no way to buy that token because it's like, for me, privacy is like a tantalizing. Um, you said it's not really a product; it's a feature. I'm probably with you there, but it doesn't matter because in crypto, you just need a narrative. And then that narrative could send that whole sector of tokens up 20, 50, 100x in a short amount of time. So I like the privacy thing, but I'm glad I didn't buy any of that Zeph shit, huh?
Why would you touch that shit? I listened to a space that they were on. It was the most borderline lowest common denominator thing that I've ever heard. They said what you want to do is you buy Zeph, put it on a laptop, and throw the laptop in a lake, and come back in 5 years and find that laptop, and you're going to be a billionaire. I was like, okay, we're done. I mean, just like that. There is absolutely no
Could you
validation for
could
what
you
they're
imagine
doing.
if like if you listen to a board meeting of one of the stocks that you own, if they use the same language or started inventing language like they do in crypto? So like just to confuse retail trade investors. I don't call them investors. I think 99% of tokens you're speculating because you don't really buy equity in a blockchain. I don't think there is an equity token really. But obviously the ETFs, Bitcoin, ETH, those are, to me, those are completely legitimate investments like anything else right now. But how about this? Look at your streams are empty and here you are. That's fine because I don't bull post and bullshit people when I could. All I have to do is look at the charts and say, look, this is what's been happening. I'll just comment on the recent history, and then people still get mad. I don't understand. I don't understand.
Well, and I'm a fucking millionaire, dude. All right. I don't really care if you
Oh,
support the
I'm broke,
channel
by
or
the
not,
way.
man. Do you need
I'm
a
I'm a,
loan, dude? Do you need me to string you out? Take
I'm a
me out?
teacher. I'm a teacher with 2 small kids and a teenager. So it's like no matter what Bitcoin goes to, I'm still gonna have this fake background and this cheap desk and this cheap keyboard. But
We
I
gotta
I
upgrade you, bro. Look, man, I'll send you
I
10 grand if you will
no, no,
actually
no.
do it.
I've been upgraded. I've been using my I got my Focus right here. I got my Stream Deck not hooked up yet right here. I got my I just got to reorganize when my job is finished at the end of this month. I'm going to have a couple days
Oh,
to.
that's right. You got a summer break coming up, don't you?
Oh yeah, I'm not teaching summer school, man. I sometimes I do it. I tutored the last couple summers. I have no more tutoring customers because SATs are optional now. So
Yeah.
it's I'll have empty streams every day, and I'll be happy with that because I don't really care. Well, I guess why are you
I,
big? Let's do this.
why?
Let's have fun.
What?
Let's have fun at the end. I'll
Okay.
listen. I'll admit I have 4 small Cosmos wallets that have a little bit of staked Atom, a little bit of
Oops.
staked. 2 of them have a little bit of staked Celestia. 2 of them have a little bit of staked Dimension, which is my airdrop. And
Oh,
then
God.
I got another wallet that has I don't touch it. It's got my Astrovault. It's got my Jackal. That's like
You're
my
all
ledger.
right. That's a good wallet. The
Yeah,
rest
yeah,
of those
yeah.
is shit.
I
God,
and I
I've
know
made such a
that
compelling case against you, dude. You just
I
don't fucking listen.
I know.
Go
Listen,
ahead.
I know it's a shit wallet, but let's do this.
What?
I'll write down a number here, and then I'll let you blurt it out. It There's 6 more months left in the year.
Yep.
Um, I'm gonna write down a number for what I think Bitcoin will finish the year at, and then you tell me if you tell me your number. So Bitcoin highs for the rest of this year. What's the
Too
high
many
point you think
variables,
it's going to?
dude. Too many variables. Look, and
Yeah,
you
but
can't
it's
look.
this is
Bitcoin is
crypto. You don't need to make a science out of it. You
no,
just
no, no.
guess.
You do on this case, man, because look, you've invited in the sharks. All right, you the ETFs,
That's
everybody
true.
that was just emotionally and sexually aroused by the ETFs. You invited the sharks, all right, into the kiddie pool. All right, these are people that can make you or break you, buy you and sell you in seconds, and it's not going to bother them at all,
Yeah,
not even a little bit. You
they make money
invite
no matter what. Yeah.
they're gonna, whether you're bleeding or you're thriving, it doesn't matter. They're gonna make money and they're gonna make more. Period. You invited them in. So now everything that's happening right now, unemployment numbers, ETFs, inflation, everything that's going on right now is gonna affect Bitcoin because you invited in the big players that don't give a fuck about your Bitcoin ethos and your bankless and your private money and all that shit. They don't care about that. They care about percentages. Percentages.
Mhm.
And with the amount of volume these guys are talking about, 2 and 3% is staggering amount of money. You invited them into this world. Now, everybody's in a hold right now. Canada just cut rates. The EU just cut rates. Everybody
That's
just cut
big.
rates. And
Yeah.
they're waiting for the US to do it because whether you like it or not, in the financial world, the US is Bitcoin. So everybody's looking at Bitcoin to see Bitcoin, the US, to see if we're going to cut rates. Now, non-farm payroll blew it up today. I know as soon as I say this shit, people are just tune out. Don't care. But non-farm payroll blew it up today because it came in much, much, much better than we would thought it would have. And Bitcoin reacted very, very poorly to it because of one silly
Interest
fucking
rate.
number. And yet
Yeah.
everybody's coming up because we wanted those numbers red, red, red. Because if we do, we think we're going to force the feds, force Powell to make a rate cut because there is almost $600 billion in unrealized losses in the U.S. banking system right now. They have no chance of paying these things off unless we cut rates. So we needed red numbers, red numbers, red numbers, and we didn't get them. Non-farm payroll blew it up, and here we are. Bitcoin falls off 2%, the alt market falls off 10%, and you still think that what played 2 years ago plays now. All right, the entire paradigm has changed. I'm yelling, dude. I don't mean to. I do this on my
This is a
stream. I don't
funny
mean to do what
comment.
I do.
Scott believes the jobs number is so funny. I was looking at the jobs numbers today because I don't believe, like where I work in New York, there's no way the unemployment's less than 30%.
Oh
There's
God, dude,
no
it's completely
way.
mystery. They blew this up under
Yeah.
during
So
Obama's time. They
that's it.
said
So he's right. So I was looking at the labor force participation rate. And guess what?
what?
The last couple of years of Obama's presidency was the lowest since like 1975.
You bet
So
it was, man. So what they did is they just people who have given up, they just take
yeah,
them completely out of the thing. They just
that's
take them
exactly right.
completely out of the
And it
fact that
hasn't
this
been
has
good
been
since
this way for
2000.
10 yeah, for
Yeah.
10, 15 fucking years, man.
There's
It's
been
been
no
like that forever.
recovery economically from 2007, 2008. It's all been on paper. It's been inflation. Oh, look at the stock market. Look at the stock market. It's like 10 companies in the stock market doing well. But anyway, let's stay.
Yeah,
Let's
come
make
on,
it.
get back to crypto, dude. If you
All
want to
right.
go political, I'll do it, but you
No,
really
we'll do
don't
that
want
another
me to do
time. We'll
that.
do it
Yeah.
another because um, do you think we hit the jackal highs for 2024? Do you think that there'll be a revisit by the end of the year?
Jackal?
Give me a
Uh,
number, or do you think
yeah,
we hit it already?
nah, you haven't even seen them begin to run, man. Look, people are not thinking about this one,
Whew.
right? They're not thinking about Jackal correctly. They never have been. They're not thinking about Jackal, a cash kudos, the things that have actual products with CEOs, CTOs, and CFOs that actually understand what explicit value they that actually understand what opportunity cost is. You're treating these like cryptos and they're not. All right, these are products, and every time they make a partnership, they're selling storage. Every time an app comes up, they're selling storage. These guys are that's how they work. So yeah, I mean, if you want to treat it like a meme coin, knock yourself out. You're gonna butt fuck yourself again. It was at 2 cents and you all passed. You all passed. So
That's
all of a
it's true.
sudden, now the token gets a big run up like it did about 3 months ago, 95 cents. Everything was up. Osmo was $1.80. Everything was up. And you didn't realize profits because once something is going up, it will forever go up. So you didn't realize any profits, watched it walk all the way down. Now you're sitting there pounding your feet and slamming the desk saying, well, this thing just sucks. Nothing's changed on it. Nothing has
Yeah,
changed fundamentally
I
about the
did
price of it.
I did take that ride, but I'm buying below even below 70 cents. I'm like 70 cents looks like a nice support, and it wasn't. So I just keep buying. I don't care. I could wait years for real products. I don't care for like shit coins, meme coins, and like these low float jobbies. I want like couple weeks, and I want in and out. I don't
Oh
want
yeah,
to
and that's
play
what they're
with those.
designed to be, dude. They're
Yeah.
Amway. All right, get in, get out, make some money. It was fun. Oh, look at me. That's what they're for. That's what they're designed for. Don't
So
confuse those
let's
with things
close
that
with
actually okay.
let's close this with some numbers. You just tell
Sure.
me a number. I'm gonna write some numbers here. Um, Adam 2024 high. Give me a number.
Adam,
Yeah.
probably right about where it is right now.
Oh shit.
It's not going to fucking change, dude. What? No, Joe. You know what? I'm taking this over now. Tell me why it goes up. No, fuck you. Tell me
Oh,
why it
it's
goes up. Tell me
uh
why it goes to $12,
there's no
$13,
reason.
$14.
I put 18.
18, you were out of your fucking mind. I mean,
It's a
dude,
two-X.
it's not even a 2x. That son of a bitch is going to be sitting right about where it is now, and it's going to take Bitcoin to move it. So if Bitcoin goes to $175,000, sure, Adam might hit 12 if you're lucky. All right, if you're lucky, but it
All right.
still to this very day doesn't do anything.
I'm gonna change my Osmo one then. All right.
Okay.
Give me a number for Osmo.
If it hits a buck, man, I'd be pretty surprised.
Fuck man.
Sorry, dude.
So
What did you
all right.
say?
I changed it from 2 to $1.60.
$1.60. That'd be amazing, dude. I hope so.
Listen, but listen,
Okay, tell me why.
oh, there's no reason. I'm just guessing.
What are you
Uh,
doing here, man?
what's your all right? Astrovault is a tough one. I have
Sure.
no idea. I think I should just keep buying that as well. But I'm very worried about Archway, and I am going to talk with Griffin tomorrow. Nothing recorded. I want to ask some questions, say like, what the hell's going on with
Are you
Archway?
going to put him on the show? Because if you
I
are,
would love to.
I want a piece of that.
I would love
I
to.
want
Yeah,
to be there. All
because
right.
Archway.
I think I own more Archway than Griffin does. So yeah. Sorry, go ahead, dude.
I hope so. Actually, I hope so with the unlocks coming.
Oh God, dude, there's doom in the future, man. Go
I
ahead.
want to know. I want to know if Astrovault launching on different chains is going to insulate them or not from Archway. If Archway does what it might do, which is just have like a 18 to month to 2 year unraveling. But in general, I think most of the tokens that launched like low float, high FDV, if you really like them, and I don't think Archway is really in that category,
They're
but
unique.
they did sell tokens at 200 million market cap at the bottom of the Cosmos bear market. So that's not nothing.
Yep.
That was the valuation, right?
Sure.
And now the valuation's a lot less. Um, you'll be able to get all these low float, high FDV tokens in about 2.5 years, probably for under 50 million FDV, because they're gonna just they're gonna disappear. I don't even see anything about Celestia on my timeline anymore. For a
Nah, dude.
year,
You know what?
all I
Remember,
saw
remember
was
the little potion. Remember the ninja vanish. That's what. That's what they all did, dude. It was hot. We were all emotionally erect, and then the price started going down. Then people started talking. Then people stopped caring, and that ninja vanish, man. That's it. Welcome to crypto.
all right. Well, we'll end here, and then maybe next time we'll talk about. But maybe by next time we'll have an
I
Adam
got
and an
35
Osmo
people
ETF.
over on my channel that are watching right now. How many people you got on yours?
Not as many, but Twitter's 220 people. That's nuts.
Yeah, and you want to
That's
end it?
fake. I
I'm
have to.
telling you, I've
I
been
have to.
telling you the
I
whole
know. I
time,
have
dude.
to
This
end
is
it.
what people want to hear. You're
I know.
wrong. You're wrong, Joe.
I have to end it. I have to end it. But no, this is cool. We'll do Crypto Inferno. We'll talk about the Atom and Osmo ETF and whether or not we're buying it.
Fucking ETF. What world do you live in? Oh, I can't
You,
wait, dude.
I'm just kidding. No,
Let's
I
do
thought it
this.
was so funny where everyone's focused on Jim Cramer's absurd question instead of listening to what basically Gary Gensler said. We're concerned about all the rug pulls.
Gensler is right.
It's basically what
I'll
he
be the
said.
guy here. He
And
was
the people
absolutely right.
who are getting rugged are like Gary Gensler. He doesn't know anything. Like he's
Stop.
actually he's actually
He's
pointing
kind
a
of
finger where
informed,
it
man.
belongs. The
Yes.
issuers of the token are not giving disclosures to their customers. Wow, Gary Gensler should get fired. Well, this is the first time he said something productive about crypto.
I actually agreed with. I haven't
Yeah.
agreed with a lot of what Gary Gensler said, but he nailed it on this one. He was absolutely right.
And
100% right.
speaking of being right for the first time ever, yes, I did buy one of those Spartans. Everything else you said was nonsense in the chat.
I don't even know what a Spartan is, dude. I
It's
don't
the
swim.
shade.
I don't give a shit, man. I don't
It's
swim
the
in those waters, dude.
it's the shade NFT. But yeah, you're. Um. Oh my god, this hurts actually because
Well,
I thought that's what I was. All right, forget it. Um.
you're gonna run away from a troll? God, I just
No,
lost like 90% of my respect for you, dude.
starting tomorrow,
Okay.
up only content. We're going to talk about VeChain, Cardano, Lunk. There could be an ETF for Luna. We're going to talk about all that, and I'll get double the amount of followers.
You will, dude, but you're gonna be dead wrong on
And
every
they're
single
gonna
word that you
be
said.
asking me for for giveaways the whole time. At least my my smart audience they
They know better.
they know better. Yeah. But anyway,
By the way, if you
I do have
guys
to
aren't
end this.
any of the podcast people, if you're not subscribed to Joe's channel, go over Cosmos DeFi, hook him up. You know, he's different than what I do. All right. I am all fire and brimstone. Joe still has
No,
hope. He's still silly and ignorant, but I'll fix him. We'll get there.
no.
I'm sorry,
If
dude.
you look at my portfolio, there's no hope there. There's a few gambles, but I think that after 3 bull markets, I I know where to. I don't want to say cut my losses, but I'm actually managing risk. I don't really I don't have to be involved in every little token that's hot for that day, and I'm pretty happy with the prices where they're at because Bitcoin's still going to be here in 3-5 years. A lot of the deep pin products will be here
Mm-hmm.
even better in 3-5 years. I don't think ETH is ever going to get flipped by Solana. I know that that's controversial, but I'm good. I like. I mean, people should pay attention to the useful shit, and that's it. So
That's it, dude. Send me to the green room, dude. I'm done.
all right, that's it. Scott's out of here. I don't have someone as fancy as Bell doing the farewell at the end of the show, but this was fun. It's the first time I had a live guest, and it was pretty much under control. So got one guy trolling me still. Why are you doxing me, man? How do you know I live in New York still? Maybe I moved. Maybe I'm lying. But yeah, no, appreciate everybody. This was fun. And next week there'll be 2 streams most likely. Tuesday, Friday, probably be my days. Monday, Friday, something like that. I'll iron it out, and that's it. We'll talk about fun stuff next time. Maybe we'll talk about some prices. And Ambito,